Welcome guys to the channel and the first video here today, and I'm going to be explaining some of the things I've done to my 2023 Ford Bronco Sasquatch. So the first thing I've added to my Ford Bronco was this Ford Performance light bar. I don't use it quite often, but when I do, it does light up pretty much everything in my path. Not only do I use it just for lights, but it is also a cool little add-on for looks. It was quite easy to install, and the lights for the covers was pretty hard to get on there. I did actually break one, and they had to send me a whole new one, but it wasn't that hard to install. On the inside, one thing I did add was a pedal commander, and that definitely changed the game. The throttle on the Ford Bronco is a bit sensitive, and this definitely helped out a lot. So the first thing I did in the engine bay was install this K&N Cold Air Intake. This took me about half an hour. It wasn't really that hard. The pros is you can hear the turbo flutter. It does make a cool noise when you accelerate and the turbo kicks in. The cons are the temperature sensor, I believe this is. I had to hold it down with a zip tie because it it's not really that, like, it isn't really put in there quite well. It does slip out sometimes, but I put the zip tie on to make sure it stays on, and it hasn't come out since. Another con is the fitment for this mesh piece. It did not quite align up with the screw holes, so I did have to drill a little bit into it. And this pin right here, as you see, it doesn't also quite go in. I don't know if I can get an angle. Yeah, there you go. It doesn't really quite go in all the way because this intake didn't fit 100%. There is a couple little things you gotta wiggle and wobble into there, but the tubing worked perfectly, and the K&N intake is definitely a buy. The second thing I did was the V-Tuned Performance Tuning Box, which is right here. And that little thing, let me tell you something, it does do a lot. I have definitely felt a performance change within the acceleration, how fast it gets up to speed, and how well it works. I did get the app to go with it, but it is a bit pricey. Just to get the app is an additional $50. It was pretty easy to install. It just runs a tube right here with wires in it to a sensor right here, and the original part of the sensor goes into here, and then it runs into another sensor that runs into the original sensor right here. I did wish they added a couple more zip ties and a recommended place to add that on, because I just have it added on to this metal bracket right here, and it does kind of wobble, but I do wish I could find a better place to put that. If you guys have any recommendations, I do ask you put them in the comments, because I want to know a better place to put that. I just want to say before I end the video, this thing absolutely looks gorgeous from the outside. I do have a AWE exhaust coming, and I do have some carbon fiber fenders I'm going to be putting on this. It is the Wildtrak Sasquatch, so it does have the Haas Fox suspension. This car is fully loaded, and the thing just looks absolutely beautiful stock on the exterior. And I love how that light bar just adds kind of like a off-road Baja kind of looking concept to the car. And then I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.